This is Amanda. I'm in Northallerton and I'm about to take a driving test route, but this one's going to be really interesting. You've covered this so that I don't know that it's an automatic. I can literally see the pedals. It's like you think it's the first time I've been in a car.
Oh, that is something I didn't think about, the pedals.
Okay.
Okay, I thought, oh, I'll be really clever. I'll go, oh, look at that.
Oh, it's an automatic. Oh my God. Amanda's got a really interesting story and a really interesting message, because I find through my comment section that sometimes people don't have a great time with a driving instructor for a whole bunch of reasons, but you find that especially your pupils don't have a great time with their driving instructor because of why? Because
a lot of them, my students, are LGBT community, and the way they get treated by some instructors, and I'm not saying all instructors, but some instructors don't treat them very well, so they don't feel safe. They're not concentrating on their lesson, they're not concentrating on the learning because they feel unsafe.
Yeah.
And so many come to me because obviously I advertise that I'm a safe space for the community, and we learn, we pass, we have a great time, we have a right laugh.
Okay, let's start. Have you seen that I rate and review driving test centres?
I have seen it, yes.
Okay, so we've been inside the driving test centre. We're going to give that a rating. So there's like, there's a waiting room, enough for about half a person.
Yeah.
There's an examiner's office, which is huge, well done. They've kept the nice space for themselves. It's quite hard to find because it's set back. The car park is literally here. So when you come for your driving test, you have to park up in the car park here, cross the road, don't get licked down by a car. And then come back with the examiner. Those lights take ages to change, so I can imagine it's a bit awkward with the examiner. Just waiting at these lights. Oh my God, I'm starting my driving test.
Not at all.
So I'm going to let you do the rating and reviewing. What are we giving Northallerton Driving Test Centre out of 10? 10 is perfect.
Got to remember, I come and do tests up here.
I mean, you can still be honest about the test centre being shit.
I'm going to say a 4.
A 4, okay.
There's not even a toilet in there.
There's not, well, I saw a toilet, but the door says private on it. Can I start?
You can.
Are you examining me?
No, I think we'll just have a chilled out drive.
Oh, wow, this is a treat. Don't usually get this. Normally have like, oh, Francis, you can't drive.
Oh, I will be taking notes, so don't be...
Yeah? Okay. Bloody automatic cars. I know there's a time and a place for automatic cars.
You are going to love this afterwards.
This car?
Yeah.
Promise?
Honestly. And then we're turning right here.
Oh, just here, okay.
Yeah.
What are the challenges at Northallerton? What am I looking out for if I'm taking a driving test here? What's the difficulty?
Now, Northallerton is, it's a market town.
What does that mean?
So
I'm from London.
That means you're going to get markets throughout the week in the high streets as well as your normal shops.
Oh, when to change gear then? What?
And we're turning right up here. If it kicks in, it should do.
Okay.
So yes, so you're...
After 70 yards, turn right.
So you've got Market Town, and it always has markets going on. And it gets very busy and gets very congested.
Turn left.
Whoa! Okay. This car's got some power.
Oh, yes.
I just tickled the accelerator pedal there and I went flying. I moved into the neighbouring postcode.
So here we go then, 2 mini roundabouts, one on top of each other.
Left, Ashlands Road.
No signal and signal.
And this is what Northallerton's got a lot of.
Lots of mini roundabouts?
Lots of mini roundabouts.
Oh, okay, so as long as you're good at mini roundabouts, you can pass it. It doesn't look too difficult right now, but at the end of the route, we're going to rate the difficulty of passing here, once we've experienced it all, and the area, the vibes and the ambience. So talk to me about what you do, your community. You've got a cool website, a cool car, people recognise you around.
Yep. My logo, which you'll probably see if you go to my website, it's the Progress flag, the LGBTQ plus flag, and that brings in so much business for me.
If you go to my website, please.
Well, I won't tell you it's horizondrivingschool.co.uk. And I get so much business because people have seen me driving by.
Ah, okay.
And again, it's just because it's got that flag there and it's telling people it's a safe space.
Interesting. What could I be doing more? Because I'll be honest, I haven't put loads of research into it.
Okay.
It's not something that's massively on my radar.
The very simple thing is, basically, is what I've just said there. Put something on your website, put something on your YouTubes, put something on your profiles that you are a safe space for people to come to. When they first get into the car, ask them, and don't be afraid, what pronouns would you like? Do you have a preferred name?
Okay.
If you suspect...
No, not a turn.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bend this rather than the turn.
Turn right.
So yeah, so don't be afraid to ask them what their pronouns are.
Do you ask everybody that gets in your car? What would you rather be called?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I says, what about your pronouns?
Turn left.
You know, but yeah, that's all we need to do is just make them feel included. Don't deliberately call somebody he when they would like to be called she.
Oh no, you wouldn't do that. Well, I mean, some people might do that, but
that's the problem.
Turn right.
I wouldn't have thought to just automatically ask somebody.
If you make a mistake, like for instance, if you were to call me he, I would be like, oh, okay. But then you realise you've made that mistake, and then all you've got to do is say, oh, sorry, I mean she, and that's it. Move on. The problem that happens is people. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I mean she.
Then you've made it more
and they just keep
awkward.
going on and on and on.
Yeah.
Apologise once, move on. That's all you've got to do.
There's another warning light on your dashboard. What's the green car mean?
That's tell you that your following distance is good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is this car? Oh my God. Okay, cool.
If it turns amber, we're too close.
Got it. Okay, that's a good warning.
If it goes out, we've probably hit it.
Interesting. Okay, yeah.
Because you've knackered the front.
What kind of reception have you had coming into the driver training industry? Because you haven't been doing this for years and years and years,
No.
right? How long have you been a driving instructor?
I'm coming up 5 years in December.
Yeah.
Took a big career change. Initially, as we've spoken about in the past on other things, I used to be in the army.
Yes.
So I've got a lot of driving experience there.
Let's go.
And I drive anything from cars,
Actually sick. Tank recovery.
tanks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was a recovery mechanic in the army.
General perception, and everybody knows this is a problem. The general perception of driving instructors, they're old, they're stuck in the past.
Yep.
I don't fit into that niche.
Yeah.
Well, I try not to fit into that niche.
I'll agree with that.
So you don't fit into the niche either.
No,
And
most
how's your
definitely
reception been coming into the driver training industry?
So for those that you don't know and probably can't tell, I am trans. I have been for a long, long time. It's not something I've just suddenly woke up and gone, oh, I fancy doing this.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people think. They think it's a choice. They think being transgender is a choice. It is not a choice. Okay, I feel more comfortable like this now. My reception in the driver instructor world has been really good, to be truthful with you.
I love that, yeah.
And I don't know if that's because I've put myself out there as the trans instructor and people have seen
On
my videos.
Instagram.
Yeah, and on TikTok.
Yeah.
Because I get so many people, and I'm not just talking instructors, I'm talking school of mum and dad as well. When I'm sat in the test centre, they go, "You're Amanda Horizon." And I'm like, yeah.
Because they've seen you online.
I've watched all your videos, they're absolutely brilliant. I love them.
That. Oh no, imagine this is your actual test. What are we doing? What are we doing now? Oh my days. There's not enough room there for me to get past.
No, so
this is stressful.
You're going to have to do the backwards thing.
Northallerton's mugging me off. I'm not afraid. I have just failed. Literally just failed my driving test. Did you see that? You didn't see that, did you? Oh, let's keep that quiet. She missed that. If you saw what I did that would have failed my driving test, then let me know in the comments.
What? Okay.
Because this is such a typical one, because you panic, you're trained to do the 360 observations before every single maneuver, or before just pull up on the right, reverse, then you do it because it's the normal thing. It's what you've drilled in over and over again. But you panic, you see something, you reverse, you stick it in reverse, and then you just start going backwards.
But did you notice, in my defence, I look back?
Did you? To keep us safe, thanks. At least one of us is on the ball. This would be so stressful. And it's not the fact that you have to reverse, because there was no other option. There was nothing else I could have done in this situation to avoid this. But this is.
It's one of those. Unfortunately,
stresses me out.
It's one of those things which happens in Northallerton. It's a rural community.
That's not a one-off.
No.
The difficulty of this
there are
test
farms all over the place.
Went down hard. Imagine there's another one now.
Yeah. So this is because it's a rural community. Can never say that word. You are going to get things like this coming. What
advice have you got for pupils that are thinking about doing driving lessons? What should they be looking out for in a supportive, inclusive driving instructor if that's something that is important to you as a learner?
Basically, do your research. I know I bang on about the community, but it applies for everybody. Research. Go on reviews. I get, again, so many that come to me because of my reviews.
Oh, okay.
And if you're an instructor, get them to put reviews on. It so helps your business.
But a problem that we've got at the moment is there is a huge shortage of driving instructors in all areas. So we've got, even if you're a rubbish instructor, you're probably quite busy.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
What do you suggest?
like wait for driving lessons. Find a car, insure it. You'll probably pay less if you buy a car, insure it, and then get your mum, dad, friends, or family to teach you to drive.
Yeah.
Find an instructor you can do a one or two off, like a one-off lesson or a two-off lesson with you.
Get the basics.
To just make sure that you've got everything dialed down correctly before you go for your test.
Get the basics in.
People have a reservation about, I don't want to buy a car. But after you've passed, you're going to buy a car anyway.
Exactly,
So to spend that money then, might as well spend it now, and then you've got you spend hardly any money unless your mum's charging you.
Do you see a difference in student who doesn't have car and student who does have car?
Yeah, it's that road experience. They've got
It's
mad road
unbelievable.
experience.
And when you find you've had a student and then they start going out after they've done all the basics, they're going out with dad or mother or brother or whoever, and all of a sudden you see a change in their driving from when they've started with you, because they're going out there and they're getting their experience.
Yeah. Do you know, I took a driving test. I did a motorbike test the other day.
All right.
I'll be honest, right? I went in for the test. I practiced so much for everything, all of it. The slalom, the figure of eight, I did all of it. Drilled it over and over again. I got on the pad, and the examiner gave me an instruction, and I turned to him and I said, I actually had none of that. I'm so nervous right now.
Right.
What have you got to help with that?
I try and just pep talk them. Obviously we do plenty of mock tests when we go through. Pep talk them, tell them that they can do it, because I'm not going to put anybody through for tests if they can't do it. Try and give them that confidence.
Do you know, okay, so I actually have this problem, so I can speak from experience, and you telling me that you wouldn't have put me in for my test if I wasn't ready. You telling me that I'm capable of this. Like, my brain is not listening to any of that. I'm still really nervous. When I went for my
this isn't. Can I just clarify? This is straight ahead. This one.
Yeah, got it.
This isn't a 10 minute before your test.
Oh, it's a build up. Okay.
This is a build up constantly.
Yeah.
I am all about positive reinforcement.
I love that.
That's a big business word for me. I'm all about that.
Let's go.
And mistakes, to me, yes, they're mistakes, but they're not always negative.
Okay.
It's something we learn from, and we build up all the time. Constant encouragement, constant giving out confidence, and hopefully by the end of it, they'll end up believing in themselves.
Yes. A really important feature of a driving instructor is that positive reinforcement. And if you're not getting that, and your instructor's just negging you about...
I mean, don't get me wrong, there's sometimes I sit down and think, am I just having a go at these constantly? Am I just constantly picking on them?
Okay, so we're almost at the end of the test route now. Can we have a difficulty score?
I would say this route is probably about a 6.
Oh, okay. Not too bad.
Not too bad.
But there's harder routes?
Yes.
That you've seen?
Yes.
Oh, thanks, you've been kind to me. So Northallerton overall would be a 6 for difficulty?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the area, the vibes and the ambience? Like how nice and calming? How
nice is Northallerton?
Nice is it to drive around for just
it's lovely.
For a drive? Yeah.
It's really nice.
Agreed.
It's a nice, I keep saying it, market town.
Okay. Ooh, nearly.
There is areas which take you out into what's the countryside.
Yeah.
It's just pleasant. But again, because it's a market town, I don't know how many times I said that, but it's a market town, we've got these narrow roads. We've already experienced the tractor.
That was, like, we can't give it a high difficulty score.
Would you expect that in London?
6. You gave it 6, and we got stuck by a tractor.
Yeah, for 6.
6.
I've got to be honest with you, obviously, because that's what I'm used to.
If you disagree with Amanda and don't think it's a 6, you can let me know in the comments. I'd say, I wouldn't say.
What would you say?
I wouldn't say. I was going to say 0, but I can't give it 0. It's not impossible. It's just reversing. I just messed it up.
Yep, you're all right this way. For now.
Oh, no, turning.
Yep.
Look at that as well. Like all these blind corners and the sticky out curbs. 6, really?
Okay, probably a 5 then.
5.
We'll go for a 5.
Okay.
I'm not going any lower than that.
Okay, fine.
Watch out for this mini roundabout.
What about the ambiance, the vibes, the energy, the area score?
Just drive over the white paint.
What?
Did you just drive over the white paint?
No, there was no white paint.
It might have been faded, but it was good. God, Francis.
Okay, fine.
I had a student fail on that roundabout.
Well, really?
The
There's
first one
not
I
even
brought,
any white paint there?
because he drove straight over it.
Fine. If you're on your driving test at Northallerton, make it a little bit more effort to drive over the white paint. Right, drive around the white paint.
You don't have to go mad round, you just need to miss the white paint.
Okay, fine. Okay.
I mean, I don't know what it's like in London area for road markings, but around here it's horrendous.
Is it really? These
They're
are nice.
awful.
Amanda, can we have an area score? What's
An area
out
of
of 10?
Northallerton?
10 is it's the most amazing place you've ever been to, like Cotswolds.
It's-
1 is like just a hellscape.
That's a hard one for me because I live in this area.
Be impartial.
It's- Okay, I would go for a 7.
7?
Yeah.
It's not that nice.
What
It's
would you
not-
go
it's-
for?
6.
Really?
But it's your video, so we're going to go with 7. Yes, fine.
After 200 yards,
Overall,
right on the roundabout.
we've had
Third exit,
some quite low scores for the
8.67.
facilities, high scores for the difficulty in the area. What are we saying overall for Northallerton Driving Test Centre?
Overall, I would go for a top of a 6.
6.5.
Yeah.
Okay, 6.5 for Northallerton. That was interesting. I would be disappointed if I came for this driving test on market day, and I would be infuriated if I came to this driving test centre and needed a toilet before my driving test,
Yep.
and there wasn't one, because I'd be then not being able to concentrate. This was interesting. Check out Amanda. Her socials, links and bits and pieces are in the description. If you're learning to drive and you're trying to pass your driving test at Northallerton or anywhere else, these, what Amanda's holding, are my best driving test tips for nerves, what examiners are looking for, and everything else that you need to know. This one on my body is everywhere else that I've been on my crazy exploration of England, English driving test centres. Check that one out, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, peace, bye!